Hello and welcome to the Banker's Fresh Perspective series. I'm Joy Macknight, Managing Editor of The Banker. And with me in the studio is Anders Cour, Chief Executive Officer of Banking Circle, a global-scale financial services utility, to discuss a new report around financial inclusion for small and medium-sized enterprises, or SMEs, entitled Building a Circle of Trust. Anders, thanks so much for joining me today.
Thank you for letting me join.
So what are the big challenges to financial inclusion for SMEs in Europe?
I think if you look at the economy today and the way it is moving, digitization plays a major role in how any business evolves and in any business strategy. If you look at that from an SME perspective, it actually creates a lot of opportunities to both trade abroad, but also trade in your own domestic market. On the other hand, it also requires working capital. And I think many of the SMEs that we see today are short of working capital to actually grow and fulfill the potential. They might not necessarily be short in running the day-to-day business, but actually fulfilling the potential of what they can as a business. At least our survey shows that we have far to come as a society.
And what are the effects or risks of not financially including SMEs within the economy?
The SMEs in Europe consist of 24 million businesses. They are 2/3 of the workforce. The output that the SMEs are generating is over half of the business output in Europe. And if we do not, as a society, manage to let them fulfill their potential, you could see a dramatic impact of the macroeconomic output that we see in both Europe, but also on a longer term on a global scale.
And then what are the benefits really to an economy like the European economy to really have this financial inclusion for SMEs?
The digitization and globalization, in my opinion, provides a major opportunity also for smaller businesses, because you can actually trade outside your domestic geographical area without necessarily setting up big presence with brick and mortar. But that being said, if you lack access to actually grow your business in terms of the manufacturing or whether it's investing in technology, it's hard for the SMEs to fulfill the potential. On the other hand, if we manage to give the SMEs the best possible conditions for thriving, I think we would see a massive benefit on society as a whole.
Okay, so what role can banks play in really helping this financial inclusion without taking on more risk, which I think is the big issue, isn't it?
For banks historically, the SMEs have been slightly underserved. Probably comes with the fact that the credit assessment you need to do as a bank to provide an SME with working capital is somewhat similar to providing a large-scale business with working capital. You make much more money on doing it with a large scale, and it's probably to some extent, at least historically, also a safer bet. What we have done at the Banking Circle is trying to push an ecosystem inside the Banking Circle with a lot of different providers that can actually, through partnerships, help banks and fintechs to provide the tailored services to SMEs that can actually deliver that working capital solution that is needed, whether you are an SME based in the UK or in Scandinavia or in Benelux.
But how can banks really access this ecosystem and really play an important and driving leading role in it?
We've seen banks that are quite forward-looking, that's taken on only the technology and then use their own capital to deploy into these SMEs, but then use the third-party APIs that we utilize on our platform. So literally a technology play. We have also other entities from on the payment gateway side, both using the capital that can be deployed and the technology. So it must fit the particular bank or payment gateway, and it must depend on their strategy.
Thank you so much for your insights, Anders.
Thank you for having me.